Since the release of the final book in the Aftermath trilogy, Empire's End, people have been speculating that Snoke might have his own Super Star Destroyer in Episode 8. Well, it seems like these theories may turn out to be true, although perhaps not exactly how we imagined them. So let's just recap everything up to this point. In Empire's End, it's revealed that the Emperor had his own Super Star Destroyer called the Eclipse. The Eclipse was stationed in the Unknown Regions and was one of the few Super Star Destroyers who survived not only the Galactic Civil War, but the further engagements between the New Republic and the Imperial Remnants. At the end of Empire's End, we see some of the Imperial High Command, including General Hux and his father, about to embark to the Unknown Regions to find this Super Star Destroyer. And this Star Destroyer is worth mentioning because the Eclipse was the name of a very, very powerful form of Super Star Destroyer back in the Legends canon. Now, we don't know whether the Eclipse in this canon is the same as the Eclipse in Legends, or if it's just a naming similarity. However, many have speculated that this Eclipse would be basically Snoke's mobile base of operations for the upcoming movies, and for more details on that, you can check out some of my previous videos. So in the past few days, MakingStarWars.net has dropped a ton of information about Episode 8. Well, purported information about Episode 8 anyways. However, this time, they've really got into specifics, and they talk about everything from, as we're going to discuss in this video, the new Super Star Destroyer in Episode 8, to things like Snoke's guards and Laura Dern's character, interesting things like that. And the fact that they've dumped so much information literally days before a trailer comes out tells me that this is all probably legitimate. I'm going to deal with a lot of that later, but today I'm going to talk about the supposed Super Star Destroyer to be featured in The Last Jedi. Alright, so I'm going to include an artist rendering of what this ship might be like, and I just want to make it clear that this is not an official Star Wars artist. This is someone that works for the website and basically is designing something based on what they're being told. But the site basically claims that, and they call it not a Super Star Destroyer, but actually a Mega Destroyer, because apparently this is probably the largest ship to be seen in Star Wars outside of the Death Stars. And that comes directly from this line. The Mega Destroyer itself is shaped like a flying wing. It just might be the biggest ship we've seen in Star Wars outside of a Death Star. You know how the classic Star Destroyer has 3 large engines? I think this one has at least 10, and they're double stacked. Interestingly, the quote references a flying wing, which is a type of aircraft, so look at pictures of that and you'll basically get an idea of what the Super Star Destroyer is going to look like. And that does kind of follow closely with this picture here. The only real difference are the number of engines, but that might be an artistic oversight. Laura Dern is one of the new actresses who was added to Episode 8, and according to Making Star Wars, there will be a scene where she brings a portion of the Rebel fleet, of the Resistance fleet, to battle against Snoke's Mega Destroyer. So I personally like this idea of, a mobile command center for Snoke, which is a Super Star Destroyer, and I think a lot of people have actually, as I mentioned, kind of theorized that this would be the case in Episode 8. I just hope that, it's not too similar to The Empire Strikes Back, because people lamented The Force Awakens similarities to Episode 4, so I think they want to be careful, and I'm sure that they're aware of this, that this movie isn't seen as too derivative of Episode 5. On the other hand, I love Super Star Destroyers, so the idea that we might get something even bigger than the Executor, which we saw in Episode 5, is pleasing to me. And this very well could be the Eclipse that was mentioned in Empire's End. I mean, it makes sense. Just think about the name Eclipse. Although, there are those connotations with the Eclipse from Legends, I mean, it makes sense that an even larger Super Star Destroyer would be called the Eclipse, because it would basically eclipse in size every other ship. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Do you guys like the purported design of this ship? Do you want to see a Super Star Destroyer in Episode 8? And if so, do you hope that it sees direct battle? Anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget the new trailer comes out this Friday, most likely, so subscribe and check out my channel for my reactions and my thoughts then. And as always, may the Force be with you.